Okay, so today we're looking at 1.8, estimating and rounding. When we're looking at estimates or approximations to the answers of problems, you can find that by rounding numbers to the nearest 10, 100 or 1,000 and working out the answer to a problem. Now this is good for maths because when you're working out a multiplication problem or some sort of problem, you can approximate by rounding to find out what the answer should be. And then when you work it out specifically, you can see if that your answer is close to the rounded answer, just to check and make sure that you are working it out properly. So it's very good for that. It's good for a variety of other different things, such as grocery shopping or planning parties, things like that. So lots of ways we can use rounding. Now the symbol, this one I'm going to draw for you. This symbol means approximately equal to, so it's like equal signs, but they're a bit wavy because it's not exactly equal, but it's approximately equal to. So we're going to use that symbol when we are showing our working out. And the things to remember, and you should know this, but we really need to remember this, that if the next digit is 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4, then you round down. If the digit is 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, then you round up. So 0 to 4 round down, 5 to 9 you round up. Let's do some examples here. Now you might be asked to round these digits to the nearest 10. So this 86 would be, we're rounding it to the nearest 10. So you need to know your place value. So the tens column, that's the tens column. And you got the ones column. So you need to round it to the nearest 10 here. All right, so we're looking at, to do that, we look at the next digit, which is the 6. And is that 0 to 4 or is it 5 to 9? So do we round down or we round up? Now, 6 is obviously between 5 and 9, so we need to round up. So 86 is approximately equal to 90. So it's closer to 90 than it is to 80. Now this one, 4,142, we need to round it to the nearest 100. So the hundreds column is here. So we need to round it to the nearest 100. So then we look at the next digit, which is the 4, and it is 0 to 4. So we need to round it down. So 4,142 is approximately equal to 4,100. So we're rounding it to the nearest 100. Now you'll also be asked to do leading digit approximation. Now when it says that, it means you need to round the first digit. So the leading digit, which means the first digit in the number. This time they're not asking you for tens or hundreds or thousands or whatever. They're actually just saying the first digit, whatever that might be. It might be tens, hundreds and thousands. But you need to know that leading digit approximation means the first digit. So you're just rounding that. So this, for example, 932, we're rounding it to the leading digit, which is this 9 here. So that's 900, so you need to round it down because we looked at the next number, which is 3, and it's between 0 and 4, so you need to round down to 900. Whereas this next one, 968, should be rounded up because we're still dealing with the 9 here. But we're looking at the 6, and that's 5 to 9, so we need to round that up to 1,000. All right, I'm going to do an example on the left-hand side, and then you're going to do the question on the right-hand side. So we need to estimate these answers by rounding each number to the leading, which means the first digit. Now you need to round each number, not just the first number. So in the first example, you don't just need to round 42, you need to round the 7 as well. So first of all, we'll round the numbers. So 42 approximately equal to, well, it's 40. And then the 7 is approximately equal, obviously you round it up to 10. Then we multiply them together. So 40 times 10, and we use what we know from our previous, so it's just 4, 2 zeros. So 42 times 7 is approximately equal to 400. Alright, I want you to go ahead, pause the video and do this next one for me. 95 times 326. Right, the first step is to round each number to the leading digit. So the 95, we're going to round that to 100, because it's 5 or more. And then the 326, we're rounding it to the first number, which is the hundreds. So that's closer to 300. Right, then we multiply them together. 100 times 300 equals 1 times 3 is 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, I could run out of space. So that's 30,000. All right, so 95 times 326 is approximately equal to 30,000. Righty-ho. Now, we're also going to look at estimating the answers to the problem by rounding both numbers to the nearest 100 or nearest 1,000, nearest 10. So I'll do this first example for you. So we're going to round both numbers to the nearest 100. So 115 to the nearest 100, so it's approximately equal to, we're looking at this, so we're rounding it to 100, so we're looking at the next number, which is a 1. So we're rounding it to 100. Then the 92, so approximately, when we're looking at hundreds, it's rounding to 100 as well. 100 times 100 equals, 1 one's a 1 with 4 zeros. So 115 times 92 approximately equal to 10,000. Alright, pause the video and do the next one. Now this is division, so we need to divide when we find these answers. So I hope you did that. So quickly pause the video and fix it up if you didn't. Alright, so we're going to round to the nearest 10 this time. So this is the tens column here. So we need to round to this one. So we look at the next digit. So 2,266 is approximately equal to 2,270. And then the 9, well, we're rounding that to the nearest 10, so it's rounded to 10. So we've got 2,270 divided by 10 equals, so pretty much we just crossed the 0 off, 227. So 2,266 divided by 9 is approximately equal to 227.